Okay, good day everyone. So welcome to our online class for the first meeting under final term, week 1. So our topic is all about colligative properties of solutions. This is still the continuation of our topic last meeting. We already discussed the boiling point elevation, and we also have your freezing point depression. And still we have two here which will be our topic for this week. First, we have your vapor pressure lowering, and your second one is your osmotic pressure. So here are our learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to calculate vapor pressure lowering and osmotic pressure of solutions. And of course, you will be able to calculate molar mass from colligative property data. Okay, so let's start first for your vapor pressure lowering. So what is vapor pressure lowering? It is indicated here that the pressure of the vapor over a liquid and some solids at equilibrium. Okay, we've already discussed what is vapor pressure in the first meeting of our midterm. We all know that this is the pressure exerted by the vapor. Okay, say for example, we have a soda, and our soda, okay, has a carbon dioxide that are being dissolved in the solution. And take note, when this soda is isolated, therefore the gas particles of carbon dioxide, okay, will exert this what we call pressure. Okay, what we call is this, they are exerting pressure because the container is isolated. So how do we lower its vapor pressure? So we have here your formula. Okay, but before that, as you can see here, adding a non-volatile. When we say non-volatile, ito yung mga solute na hindi nag-vaporize ng mabilisan. Okay, while volatile is ito naman yung solute na mabilis mag-vaporize. Okay, so when we add non-volatile na non-electrolyte solute, which means these are usually polar covalent bonds, can actually lowers the vapor pressure of the solvent. Okay, so how do we compute the vapor pressure lowering? We have here your formula. That vapor pressure lowering is denoted as delta P. Okay, that is delta P. So we can compute the vapor pressure lowering by subtracting the vapor pressure of the solvent and the vapor pressure of the whole solution, and we can actually get the value of how much did it decrease from its original vapor pressure of the solvent. Okay, so in computing our vapor pressure of solution, we have here your formula. Okay, so your X solvent multiplied by the vapor pressure of your solvent, and that will be our vapor pressure of the solution. However, we have your formula here for your X solvent. Your X solvent is also known as your mole fraction. Okay, and we've already discussed how we compute the mole fraction. That your X solvent is equal to the mole of the solvent as your numerator, and just divide it by adding the mole of your solvent and the mole of your solute. Okay, so just take note of these three formulas because these are the formulas to be used in computing different problems regarding vapor pressure lowering. Okay, let's apply this for our first problem. So this is the first problem. Calculate the vapor pressure of a solution containing 345 grams of sugar having chemical formula C12H22O11, which is being dissolved in 2000 grams of water at 25 degrees Celsius. So the vapor pressure of water at this temperature is 24 torr. Okay, so let's try to solve this one. So to calculate the first problem, okay, let's list all the given values. So calculate the vapor pressure of a solution. So since it is asking for the vapor pressure of a solution, then we have your P degree solution. That is the first unknown to be solved. Okay, wherein it contains 345 grams of sugar. So which is being dissolved. Since our sugar is the one that is being dissolved, then that is our solute. That is the mass of our solute, which is equal to 345 grams of C12H22O11. Okay, next. Now, this sugar is dissolved in 2000 grams of water. Okay, the water is our solvent because that is the one that dissolved the sugar. So let's have mass of the solvent, which is equal to 2000 grams of water. Okay, and then the last given, we have the vapor pressure of water. Since water is our solvent, then we denote that as vapor pressure of solvent is equal to 24 torr. That's the pressure of the solvent. Okay, since we already list all the given values, let's start computing for the answer. Now, the question is, it is asking for the vapor pressure of the solution. Now, in these three formulas, what is the formula in computing vapor pressure of the solution? So we have your second formula. So this is our formula to be used in solving that. Okay, so we have your vapor pressure of the solution is equal to the mole fraction rather, or X solvent, multiplied by the vapor pressure of the solvent. Okay, now as you can see, we do not have your mole fraction or X solvent. However, we have your vapor pressure of the solvent, which is equal to 24 torr. So we can substitute that. So we have your 24 torr. However, our X solvent is not given, so we leave that blank. So we cannot answer the vapor pressure of the solution without our X solvent, which means isosolve muna natin si X solvent. Okay? And what formula to be used in computing our X solvent? We have our third formula. Okay? So let's rewrite this formula. We have your X solvent. Okay? We have your X solvent is equal to the moles, okay, the number of mole of our solvent divided by the number of mole again of our solvent plus the number of mole of our solute. Okay, now let's substitute this one. Okay, since the mole of the solvent and the mole of the solute are not given in the problem, then definitely isosolve natin sila. Okay, let's start first for the number of moles of the solvent. So number of mole of the solvent is equal to mass divided by its molar mass. Okay? So what is the mass of the solvent? Since it is asking for the mole of the solvent, then we need to see from the given kung ano yung mass ng ating solvent. So what is the mass of the solvent? That is 2,000 gram of water. Okay, so let's substitute 2,000 gram of H2O divided by its molar mass. So let's compute for the molar mass of H2O. So we have your hydrogen and oxygen. We have 2 atoms of hydrogen and we have 1 atom of oxygen. Multiplied by their respective atomic weight, our hydrogen is equal to 1 gram and our oxygen is 16 gram based from our periodic table. So 2 times 1, that is 2 gram, and 1 times 16, that is 16 gram. So 16 plus 2, we have your 18 gram per mole. So that is the molar mass of our water. So let's substitute here 18 gram per mole. So we cancel gram. Now what is the mole of our solvent? So dividing 2,000 with 18, we have your 111.11 mole of H2O. Okay, we're done solving for the number of moles of the solvent. Now we can now substitute that. So we have your 111.11 mole of water. The same is true with the denominator. We have your 111.11 mole of water plus the number of mole of solute. So the next thing that we need to solve is the mole of the solute. Okay, so mole of the solute is equal to its mass divided by molar mass. Okay, mass of the solute divided by its molar mass. So what is the mass of the solute from the given? Okay, what is the mass of the solute? Which is equal to 345 gram. So let's substitute 345 gram of sugar, which is C. Okay, its chemical formula is C12H22O11. So C12H22O11 divided by its molar mass. So let's compute the molar mass of this sugar. Okay, so molar mass of C12H22, okay, C12H22O11. So we have your carbon, we have your hydrogen, and your oxygen. We have 12 atoms of carbon, 22 atoms of hydrogen, and 11 atoms of oxygen. We multiply it by the respective atomic mass. We all know that the atomic mass of carbon from the periodic table is 12 gram. Our hydrogen is 1 gram and our oxygen is 16. Okay, sorry, there is an error here. Our oxygen is equal to 11 atoms siya. Okay, and its atomic mass is 16, diba? 16 gram. So we get the product of each. So 12 times 12, we have your 144 gram. 22 times 1, that is 22 gram. And 16 times 11, we have 176. Now if we add this, the sum will be, so 144 plus 22 plus 176, we have your 342. That is the molar mass. So 342 gram per mole. Now dividing this one, what will be the number of moles of our solute? So 345 divided by 342 is equal to, okay, we have 1.01 mole, okay, of C12H22O11. Okay, so that is the number of moles of our solute. Now, since we're done computing for that, ito yung kailangan dito, di ba? Which is the number of solute. So we substitute that 1.01 mole. Okay? Now let's insert this in our calculator. So 111.11 divided by 111.11 plus 1.01. So the answer is 0.991. Okay, since the next digit is 9, so we round it up, so it will be equal to 0.991. So since the mole fraction is unitless because all the unit of moles will be cancelled. So now we already have our X solvent, which is 0.991, which is needed for our formula here. So now we substitute 0.991. So what will be our final answer? So 0.991 times 24 is equal to 23.78 torr. So as you can see, what happened here is from its original vapor pressure of the solvent, 24 torr, it lowers and it becomes 23.78. So that is the proof of vapor pressure lowering. So that's the answer for this problem. So proceeding to the second example. So how many grams of sucrose C12H22O11 having a molar mass of 342 gram per mole does a student need to add to 500 gram of water in preparing an aqueous solution sucrose at 38 degrees Celsius with a vapor pressure of 12 millimeter mercury? The vapor pressure of water at 38 degrees Celsius is 17.80 mmHg. Okay, so let's solve. Okay, so let's solve this. Okay. So, the same process, ilist mo na lahat ng given. So, what are the given values? So, we have the molar mass. Our molar mass is 342 gram per mole of sucrose. We also have your 500 gram of water. And the vapor pressure of the solution, okay, given ang ating vapor pressure of the solution, which is equal to 12.0 mmHg. And the vapor pressure of the solvent, which is equal to 17.80. Now, what is the unknown? So the unknown here is, okay, the mass of the sucrose, which is of course in gram. Okay, the mass of the sucrose, which is C12H22O11. Okay, so begin with computing the mass of the sucrose. We all know that in computing the number of moles, N is equal to mass divided by molar mass. Okay, so since mass ang wala, i-derive natin to. So cross multiply, we get mass is equal to, okay, is equal to the number of moles multiplied by the molar mass. Okay, so as you can see, given ang ating molar mass pero wala tayong number of moles. Okay, so let's leave that blank at i-substitute natin ang molar mass, which is 342 gram per mole of sucrose. Okay, so saan natin kukunin yung number of moles? Okay, so we have the formula X solvent is equal to the mole of the solvent divided by the mole of the solvent plus the mole of the solute. Okay? So since ang sucrose natin ang solute and water naman ang ating solvent, we can compute the number of the mole of the solvent by, of course, having this formula. The number of moles of our solvent, H2O, is equal to, we have 500 gram as its mass of H2O divided by its molar mass. So, molar mass ng water, we have 2 atoms times 1 gram, we get 2 grams. We have your oxygen, 1 atom of oxygen multiplied by its 16 gram as atomic weight, we have 16 gram. And getting the sum of this one, we have your 18 gram per mole. Okay, so yan ang ilagay dito sa denominator. So 18 gram per mole. So 500 divided by 18, meron tayong 27.78 mole. of H2O. So, cancel the same unit. So, meron na tayong number of moles of the solvent, which is 27.78 mole of H2O. Okay? So, the same, we have here the number of solvent, 27.78 mole of the solvent plus the mole of solute, which we cannot able to compute because of so many missing values. Okay? Since ang ano dito ay mass ng solute, okay, makukuha natin dito sa formula na ito. Okay, that your X solvent is now equal to your 27.78 mole of H2O divided by 27.78 mole still of H2O plus the number of solute. Okay? So, since kailangan nating makuha yung number of solute para dito, kailangan nating i-derive yan. Okay? Pero wala tayong value for our X solvent. So, kunin muna natin yan. Okay? Paano natin kunin? So, alam natin na ang formula for vapor pressure of the solution is equal to the X solvent multiplied by the vapor pressure of the solvent. Okay? So, pansin natin dito sa given, meron tayong vapor pressure of the solution at vapor pressure of the solvent. So, i-substitute natin yung mga yan. Ang vapor pressure of solution ay 12.0 mmHg is equal to X solvent ang kailangan natin i-compute. So, bring down X solvent multiplied by the vapor pressure of the solvent, which is 17.80 mmHg. So, deriving X solvent, divide both sides by 17.80. Okay, 17.80 mmHg. So, makakancel na tong parehong values because dividing the same values is just equal to 1. Okay, so now our X solvent is equal to, so 12 divided by 17.80, meron tayong 0.67 mole. Okay? Okay, sorry, it's not mole. Since that is a fraction, it is unitless. Okay? So that is our X solvent. This is the value of our X solvent na ilalagay natin dito para ma-derive itong solute. Okay, the number of the solute. So proceeding, so now your X solvent is 0.67 is equal to 27.78 mole of H2O divided by 27.78 mole of H2O plus the number of mole of our solute. Okay? So the unknown here is our mole of solute. So derive that by cross multiply. Okay, so cross multiplying, we get 27.78 mole of H2O is equal to 0.67 times 27.78 mole of H2O, okay, plus M solute. So doing distribution property, multiplying this one, 0.67 times 27.78, we get 18.61, okay, mole of H2O. And then 0.67 times N of solute, we have 0.67 N solute. Okay? Ito naman ang pag-multiply natin. So just copy that. So, which is also equal to, just bring down the given values, 27.78 mole of H2O. Okay, the next step here is to transpose this one. So 27.78 mole minus 18.61 mole is now equal to 0.67 N of solute. So dividing both sides by 0.67 by 0.67. So cancel this one. So our mole of solute now is equal to, so putting this in calculator, 27.78 minus 18.61 divided by 0.67, we get 13.69 mole of solute. Okay, so yan ang ilalagay natin sa missing value ng ating mole para makompute yung mass of solute. So 13.69. Okay? So dito yun. Okay, ito, the number of moles. So 13.69 ang sagot. So ilagay natin dyan, 13.69 mole. Okay? So the final answer now, the mass of the sucrose, 13.69 multiplied by 342 is equal to 4,681.98. Okay, cancel the same unit. We have your mole. So natira ay gram of sucrose. Okay, so ito ang final na sagot. So, we have 4,681.98. So that is the final answer.